Welcome back, Inspired to Be Me family. I'm glad that you can join me tonight. Let's continue reading the birth of Jesus Christ. We are on chapter 2, and the last chapter that we read was the birth of Jesus. And now chapter 2 is called Just a Moment. And it goes like this. It all happened in a moment, a most remarkable moment. As moments go, that one appeared no different than any other. If you could somehow pick it up off the timeline and examine it, it would look exactly like the one that had passed while you have read these words. It came and it went. It was preceded and succeeded by others just like it. It was one of the countless moments that have marked time since eternity became measurable. But in reality, that particular moment was like none other. For though that segment of time, a spectacular thing occurred, God became a man. While the creature of earth walked unaware, divinity arrived. Heavens opened herself and placed her most precious one in a human womb. The optimist, in one instant, made himself breakable. He who had been spirit became pierceable. He who was larger than the universe became an embryo. And he who sustained the world with the word chose to be dependent upon the nourishment of a young girl. God as a Venus, holiness sleeping in a womb, the creator of life being created. God was given eyebrows, elbows, 2 kidneys, and a spleen. He stretched against the walls and floated in the atomic fluid of his mother's womb. God had come near. He came not as the flesh of light, nor as an unapproachable conqueror, but as one whose first cries were heard by a pleasant girl and a sleepy carpenter. The hands that first held him were unmanicured, calloused, and dirty. No silk, no ivory, no hype, no party. Were it not for the shepherds, there would have been no reception. And were it not for a group of stargazers, there would have been no gifts. Angels watched as Mary changed God's diaper. The universe watched with wonders as the Almighty learned to walk. Children played in the streets with him, and had the synagogue leader in Nazareth known, who was listening to his sermons. Jesus may have had pimples, he may have had tone deaf. Perhaps a girl down the street had a crush on him, or vice versa. It could be that his knees were bony. One thing's for sure, he was, while completely divine, completely human. For 33 years, he would feel everything you and I have ever felt. He felt weak. He grew weary. He was afraid of failure. He was susceptible to ruin women. He got colds. He passed gas. He barked and had body odor. His feelings got hurt. His feet got tired, and his head ached. To think of Jesus in such a light is, well, it seems almost unbelievable, doesn't it? It's not something we like to do. It's uncomfortable. It is much easier to keep the humanity out of the incarnation. Clean the manure from around the manger. Wipe the sweat out of his eyes. Pretend he never snored or blew his nose or hit his thumb with a hammer. He's easier to stomach that way. There's something about keeping him defined that keeps him distant, packaged, and predictable. But don't do it. For heaven's sake, don't. Let him be as human as he intended to be. Let him into the mire and muck and the heck of our world. For only if we let him in, he can pull us out. Listen to him. Love your neighbor was spoken by a man whose neighbor tried to kill him. The challenge to leave family for the gospel was issued by one who kissed his mother goodbye in the doorway. Pray for those who persecute you came from the lips that would soon be begging God to forgive his murderers. I am with you are the words of a God who is one instant did the impossible to make it all possible for you and me. It all happened in a moment, in one moment, a most remarkable moment. The Word became flesh. There will be another. The world will see another spontaneous transformation. You see, in becoming man, God made it possible for man to see God. When Jesus went home, he left the back door open. As a result, we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkle of an eye. The first moment of transformation went unnoticed by the world. But you can bet your sweet September that the second one won't. The next time you use the phrase, just a moment, remember that's all the time it will take to change the world. It's just a moment. So basically, this chapter is talking about how we can change in just a moment, or we can just dwell on the moment of the past. And in my eyes, I would much rather change in a moment than deal with all that crap that we dealt with in the past. And the next time you say to someone, just a second, well, the truth is, Jesus can take us away in just a second. So don't let that second float on by you, because you never know when your last breath is going to be. So I've decided at the end of each video to tell you guys a little poem that I wrote. And, or actually, a little poem that I wrote. And it's called beach, B-E-A-C-H. And it goes like this. Shades of sun giving us light. Man, moon, you shine so bright at night. The ray of people in the sunset, in the day of evening, sunset sky. As we watch the family of seagulls fly by, the fish that jumped out of the water to enjoy a taste of fresh air before they turned blue, while you enjoy listening to the kids play. Waves crashing down to tickle your feet and the soothing bits of sand in your hair, not to mention your husband's surfing at a glare. I know that's not one of my most funniest poems, but we'll get there. So, my goal, starting December 1st, 2022, is to post twice a week. And I can guarantee you that I will stick to that posting because, man, I got a lot to share with you guys. So I will see you tomorrow, and you and I can count down to the new year, 2022. Bye.